Introduction. So some of you may already know, but maybe revision. So Jainism, basically, let me start with the history. The history is that, according to the Jain scriptures, that is, Jainism has existed in principle for eternity. It's like Sanatan type of thing. And historical and archaeological evidence accounts Jainism at least 7,000 years old. And it was mainly propounded by the 24th Tirthankar Mahavir in the 599 BC and 527 BC, in that time range. And the root word of Jainism is Jin. Jin means the one who has conquered inner enemies, which are things like anger, ego, deceit, and greed. What are the basic tenets of Jainism? The basic tenets are: there is no beginning and end to the universe. Universe runs on autopilot on five things: the time, inherent nature, destiny, karma, and self, effort. And in Jainism also, it's believed that there is life after death, and it depends on your karma. Um, then Jainism is also a way of life. It is based on respecting the environment and ecology. The basic principles, this is important also. Basic principles are three: ahimsa, which is non-violence; aparigraha, which is non-possessiveness and non-possession; and anekantvad, which is pluralism viewpoints with an open mind. Um, and some of you may be glad to know that Gandhiji, when he grew up, he used to have his friends, neighbors as Jain kids. You know, it's a neighborhood in Porbandar. And he obviously got a lot of his concepts of non-violence from being in those families and spending time there also. In Jainism, who is God? So we call our Tirthankars, like Mahavir was the 24th Tirthankar, we call them our gods or prophets. And then Tirthankar is the one who has achieved self-realization and moksha. And Tirthankar was also born as ordinary human beings like we all are. And it is believed that any of us can reach what the Tirthankar reached in due time or due lives. And upon attaining liberation, now the Tirthankar exists as a pure soul, and they don't have to come back in a birth. That's what in Jainism is believed. And just to wrap up some more information, what are some basic practices of Jains? Some basic practices are: Jains are vegetarians or vegans, but mainly vegetarians, and also avoiding roots like root plants, the stringent Jains. And for example, my grandmother was not eating potato, onion, garlic, but I and my parents eat. But we are vegetarians, we don't eat egg and beyond. And then commonly spoken languages for Jains in India and around the world are Hindi, Gujarati, and of course English. Especially the second generation Jains, you know only English. And Jains cremate also body after someone passes away. And some of the celebrations of Jains are, one is very strong one, Pajushan, where there's 8 days in a year during monsoon that the Jains don't eat green stuff and stuff that has more bacteria per square inch. And some Jains even fast all the 8 days or a few days out of that. And the other festival is Mahavir Jayanti, the birthday of Mahavir, which some of you may know, it's a bank holiday in India. And then Diwali also is celebrated very well in Jainism, a festival of lights. So with that, I turn the floor back to the host.